So yeah, I usually don't do well with compliments. So Egon, thank you so much. I had a coach for 20 years that told me how shitty I was every day. Never in my wildest dreams that I think I'd be giving a commencement speech. But Professor O'Leary, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Egon, for your vision and generosity in the creation of the Durban Sports Business Program. It is a privilege to be here with you all today in the nation's capital at Georgetown's McDonough. Applause. Relationships and memories are built on shared experience. So I'm grateful to be able to share this experience with you and with the faculty and the staff who educated you and with the family and friends in the audience who proudly supported you getting to this moment, even the ones who are Jets fans. You know who you are. Sitting here looking out at this amazing crowd of business majors getting ready to start your careers, I realized something. Sports was a very strange way to make a living. People screamed at me all the time. They gambled on my performance, and they celebrated all my failures. One way that sports is a lot like business, though, is that when you do it long enough, your life gets defined by numbers. 23, that was the number of pro seasons I played. 7, those were the Super Bowl wins. 3, those were the Super Bowl losses. Damn it, Eli Manning. I heard that back there. But here's a number for you guys. 99.7, what's that number make you think of? It's an A+. I didn't get many of those. It's a low-grade fever, maybe, but it's also virtual certainty. If something has a 99.7% chance of happening, the outcome is a foregone conclusion. Well, let me take you back to February 5th, 2017, Super Bowl 51, Patriots versus Falcons. Applause. Excuse my language at some points here. I was an athlete, so you might feel like you're in a locker room a little bit. There's 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and we're losing 28-3, and it's 4th down at midfield. And at that moment, the Falcons had a 99.7% chance of winning. Not exactly how I thought things would go when I woke up that morning. But you know what? It happens sometimes. You guys are going to see that. You're going to think that you're better than your competition. You're going to work really hard, and it's still not going to go the way you want. You're going to find yourself on the short end of that 99.7%, wondering just how the hell you got there. My Patriots team got there by fumbling the second play of the second quarter. And then right before halftime, somebody threw a devastating pick six. Look, it's not important who threw it. The point is it was thrown, so I'll move on. The Falcons team was really young. They had a new coach. We were the veteran team. We had the Hall of Fame coach. We'd been there before. We'd already won 4 Super Bowls at that point. But the experience or reputation only takes you so far. And it's true beyond sports. History is littered with businesses, mature ones, that took their competition for granted and then got disrupted by ambitious young entrepreneurs. Do you guys remember Blockbuster, Kodak, Nokia, BlackBerry? I didn't think so. Maybe some of your parents did. The point is nothing is guaranteed. We were the favorites going into the game, and now, with 8 minutes and 31 left, 8 minutes and 31 seconds left in the third quarter, down 25 points. We were the underdogs, and I found myself on the bench staring blankly at the ground in front of me in very deep thought. With fate seemingly already decided, I was asking to myself, can I do to get us back in this game? I had to trust my ability and harness whatever optimism I still had, even if it was just 0.3%. I had to draw on all my experience and all the lessons I'd learned from overcoming years of fear and doubt. And the question I have for you graduates today is, how much doubt and how much fear have you faced in your own life? College can be a little bit of a cocoon sometimes. So maybe you haven't found the limits of your ability or the boundaries of your comfort zone yet, and you don't know what's possible on the other side of them. Trust me when I tell you overcoming fear and doubt in the face of those challenges is where you're going to gain the confidence to make your best choices when things aren't going the way you want. Applause. When the odds are stacked against you, when you're facing your own 28-3 moment, and believe me, it's coming, you'll have a choice to make, to quit or to fight your ass off. The choice seems pretty obvious, and it's easier said than done. I mean, why expend all that energy fighting when it's virtually certain you'll lose? Why not quit and live to fight another day? Well, sometimes there isn't another day. Super Bowl 51, there was no other day. That was it. With a lot of the most important moments in your lives, when you have a chance to do something truly special, it's going to be the same way. You may only get one chance to impress your boss or land a promotion, or to close a deal or not. So what then? You better have prepared yourself in advance to deal with the adversity you're going to face in order to give yourself the best chance to succeed. Down by 25 in the biggest game of my life. Do you think I just stumbled randomly into my decision to keep fighting? The previous 25 years of my life had prepared me for that moment. Just as you guys have been meeting the daily challenges of being a student, I've been meeting the daily challenges of being an athlete every day just for a chance to do something special. The whole reason I went to Michigan was the idea of taking my abilities to an elite program and seeing if I could compete with the best. A lot of you made a similar choice coming to Georgetown, and you're going to make it again going out on your own or in jobs with great institutions like Deloitte or Goldman or Google or many others. In these places, guess what? They're going to challenge you to be your best, and you better be prepared. I fought really hard at Michigan. I fought even harder to stay there, and I competed against a lot of guys who were just as good as me, if not better. I didn't get a chance to start until my 4th season. It was tough. It had me questioning whether I was at the right school. Maybe Michigan was too tough. Where you choose to work might also seem too hard for you. You'll be up against a lot of people from equally great schools who are just as smart and talented as you, and they want it as much as you do. You'll be asked to do things you've never done before, to work long hours, harder than you ever have with people you might not like guys from Duke. Applause, applause. But what makes it too hard is exactly the thing that makes it the perfect place for you. Because it will offer you the greatest opportunity of all. The opportunity to face your own fears and doubts and develop the skills and abilities necessary to overcome any obstacle you'll face on the path to being successful in life. And this is the key. You don't quit and you don't make excuses. Every hard choice is a brick in the path toward the life you want. But every excuse is a brick in the wall that will stand in your way. When the opportunity to do something special presents itself, the people most prepared to meet the challenges will be the ones who made the most hard choices, who faced adversity and overcome it. They certainly wouldn't have won all their fights, but they never quit. I stayed at Michigan, and then I got chosen in the 6th round of the 2000 draft. My numbers were pretty unimpressive. If there was a 99.7% chance at anything, it said I'd be behind the counter at Ben's Chili Bowl before I was behind center in an NFL game. And who knows? That could have been fun, too. But no one could have imagined that I would end my career with 7 world championships. Maybe because none of those people knew that I would never, ever quit. Applause, applause. Which brings me back to Super Bowl 51 on that sideline down 28-3 with a choice. Our team had worked too hard. We come too far. I said to myself, and excuse me for saying this, I'm taking you inside my helmet at a very vulnerable time in my life and one of the biggest moments of my life. And that inner self-talk that people talk about that should be positive, you know what I said? I said to myself, don't be a little, go out there and fight your ass off. Whether you win or lose, fight to the end. Applause, applause. At that moment, we had no idea what the outcome of the game would be. But the one thing I've learned through sports is the only time you're sure to lose is when you quit. In life, in work, you guys are going to get knocked down a lot.